Before the Warriors even stepped onto the floor for warm-ups against the Houston Rockets, Steph Curry had already stolen the spotlight without saying a single word. All it took was one walk through the tunnel, one slow, confident stride, and the entire arena started buzzing. Because tonight, Steph wasn't just arriving for another game. He was arriving in style, rocking the Travis Scott X Air Jordan 1 Low Mocha, and the cameras immediately locked onto him like magnets. The moment he stepped out, heads turned, fans leaned over the railings. Security guards even glanced down for a second look. Those sneakers weren't just an accessory, they were a statement. The Mocha colorway has always had hype around it, but seeing Steph Curry, a guy known for sticking to his own lane with Under Armour, casually pulling up in a pair of Travis Scott Jordans, that had social media scrambling before he even reached the court. Steph didn't rush. He walked through the tunnel calm and collected, earbuds in, hoodie on, the kind of entrance that said, "Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing." The Travis Scott collab has been one of the most talked about sneaker releases of the past few years. And seeing Steph wearing them on a night when the Warriors needed energy, focus, and maybe even a little swagger, it felt intentional. Like he wanted to set the tone before the first whistle even blew. As he made his way onto the hardwood, the cameras zoomed in again. Those reverse swooshes, the brown and sail tones popping under the bright lights. Fans courtside immediately started recording, whispering, pointing. Even some of the Rockets players glanced over. When Steph Curry changes up his sneaker rotation, people pay attention because it almost always means something's brewing. You could tell Steph felt that energy too. He walked over to the baseline, dropped his bag, and started stretching, still in the Mochas. It was the calm before the storm. The Warriors were gearing up for a big matchup, and the Rockets came in hungry and confident. But Steph's vibe? Completely unfazed. He moved like a player who knows the entire room is watching, but also like someone who's been here 1,000 times before. As he transitioned into warm-up shots, the focus shifted from the sneakers to the rhythm. The three-time MVP started with light floaters, mid-range shots, and soft-touch finishes, easing himself into the flow. But every time he slid across the floor, the Mochas caught the light, reminding everyone this wasn't just any pre-game routine. The commentators even brought it up. You could hear the excitement in their voices as they pointed out the unexpected choice. Another crossover moment where NBA culture, sneaker culture, and superstar presence collided perfectly. Steph wasn't saying anything outwardly, but his whole aura spoke for him. Relaxed, confident, dialed in. The arena started filling up fast. Fans knew this matchup had heat. The Warriors needed momentum, and the Rockets were ready to push the pace. But before any of that could unfold, Steph's entrance had already set the tone for the night. It was subtle, it was smooth, and it was perfectly Curry, a quiet flex that echoed louder than any pregame announcement. As layup lines began and players from both sides picked up the tempo, Steph eventually switched out of the Travis Scotts and into his game shoes, but the moment had already done its job. The Mocha entrance had fans buzzing, social media talking, and the energy in Chase Center completely locked in. Because when Steph Curry steps into the building with that kind of confidence, wearing something that instantly sets the culture on fire, it usually means one thing. He's ready to remind everybody exactly who he is. And tonight, before the ball even went up, he had already won the first moment of the game.